I started to export some of the recording that I just did, and without me going back and rewatching the whole thing, I saw that some of it was glitching. So before I go too far away, I'm gonna re-record some of it, and hopefully I kind of catch what was maybe missed and splice a little bit of it together, but TBD on the corrections here. The interconnected card. This is from the Moon deck, the only card in this spread from the Moon deck. With a steady mind, I'm connected to our collective experience. So, what's coming through here is this is a table setting situation. It's like we have to be connected to everything first so that we can then understand it. It is very, very people focused versus just strict data. But whatever the information is coming from all of these different people, I'm seeing like a web. So it's like we're in the center or it's like some chart visual that there's all of these lines reaching out and then connecting to different people. We're tapped in. We have the communication channels going and flowing. And then when we are at that standpoint, it sets us up to be able to execute what we need to throughout the week. The only astrology that we have on the Monday is Moon being in Pisces, perfect to be connected to a little bit of everything, intuitively aligned, boundless because it's Jupiter ruled. So we're in a good spot. We have from the Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck, first quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity. I know we have pulled this in some recent weeks. Push through any insecurity. Inconsistencies, if there's potholes, things that we are running into. Now we have the information, we are figuring out how to navigate, and it feels like there's just a lot of pressure of being at the center of that web. And we have to talk ourselves up a little bit, encourage ourselves, because we are connected, which can be empowering. So we want to lean into the empowerment side. And for the astrology, we have the moon switching into Aries. So it's early in the morning on Tuesday, Eastern time. So it really is like the whole day. So switching from connected to everything to thinking about ourselves. I'm feeling insecure. I'm feeling uncertain. We're moving from the we back to me, and then needing the sense of empowerment that the Aries energy brings. So still same moon in Aries. And this is perfect. Okay, we still have a pattern and theme going. So our next card is first quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. So we are still in water sign energy. So on these Aries moon days, for whatever reason, we have Cancer, we have Pisces. We want to make sure that we're mentally staying in charge. We're still operating, navigating those potholes, those hiccups, pumping ourselves up. It's okay. We've got this. We have the resources and connections and information that we need. And being patient. Take a time out, basically. If you're feeling overwhelmed or teetering towards burnout, we don't want to already be burnt out, but if we're heading in that direction and we just need to pause. We are connected to everything and everyone. Sometimes we need to back away and give ourselves a little quiet time, even just for a few moments, a few breaths. Thursday, we have totally different energy. So now we have fire element. Full moon in Leo, go wild. I'll mention here that the moon goes into Taurus on this day. These are fellow fixed signs. Leo and Taurus are both fixed signs. It's a very strong, sturdy energy. When we have a full moon, this is a culmination. This is the full brightness and expression. Going wild, this is about freedom. So if where we left off on Wednesday is if we're feeling a little bit stressed and overwhelmed, there's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of things going on, trying to stay confident. Guess what Leo is? Confidence. We are now unleashing ourselves from our little hideaway that we may have gone to for part of the day on Wednesday. We are bold, we are unleashing, we are confident, I'm just seeing the visuals like pointing and like telling people what to do, like go here, do that. And there is just it's like that battery, that confidence battery completely refilled. We are several days into whatever this initiative is, and we have built experience through this time, even if we got into our head a little bit or we're starting to just naturally, inherently get drained because of how tapped in we are. So, this is not about making things about ourselves. It's not about boasting. It's not that type of confidence. It's the confidence to lead, to move forward. All right. So, we have New Moon in Libra, Know You Are Loved. This feels like yet another pep talk from this process, but we have switched back to cardinal energy. So we had Cancer on Tuesday, and now we're in an air sign because we did water, water, fire, air. So air and fire do go together. So this is a relatively smooth transition. Know that you are loved. This feels like people literally telling us in that web, things are working, you're doing a great job, getting encouragement. It's okay to ask for encouragement if you need it, to ask for validation, as in not for ego purposes, but hey, does that look good? I want to get a second opinion. So we are confident in our instruction, in moving things forward, in translating from all of the information from the people that we are in communication with. But it's okay to check in. It's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of a lack of confidence or expertise, but it actually can take a little bit of pressure off of your plate. So we're not entirely delegating necessarily, but we don't have to sit there and let's say this was a document that you were editing or an email that you were writing or text or something. You're not like, should I say this? Should I say that? And going over it 30 times in a row. You could just write it, go over it once, and then ask for a second opinion. And now you have eliminated 29 of those rereads to save you time, save you effort, and then the pressure. So you can stay in that confident, supported headspace. Now, astrologically, what we have happening on Friday is Mercury is entering its pre-shadow period. So what this means is it is in Cancer, cardinal sign. This is about the communication and how we are thinking, how we are processing, how we're speaking. So interestingly enough, the examples I just gave were about yes, how we are communicating with everyone. But this is the buildup. So we get to the end of this week, we may start experiencing hiccups. I was giving the example of editing. That's classic for Mercury retrograde. Even in this pre-shadow period, you might start having tech issues. You might make typos. So you know what? Instead of fretting about it, just ask for the second opinion, ask for the second set of eyes. So, in case you miss something because your mind is busy, because your mind is preparing to switch into reflection mode, not outsource, but just tap your resource pool, tap the people you are connected to, and let's work together and be able to rely on them. We have last quarter moon in Virgo. Attend to the details. All right. This is a very, very clear feeling storyline. So we are in the pre-shadow for Mercury retrograde. We are going to start reviewing. We're going to be paying attention to details or noticing details that are astray. We may uncover issues that are coming up, things that are not working, technology, transport, writing, speech, thought processes. Specifically, rumination feels like it's significant for this week. There might be narratives and things that you are saying to yourself that you are repeating back, that you are saying about yourself to others. We want to clock it, attend to the details, make note. And yes, what we were discussing the day before, we want to make sure it's not missed. We want to avoid making errors. We don't have to put the full endless pressure on ourselves. So we're tapping those other people. We have the confidence to know what is within our power, what is worth our time, and an understanding of the people that we are connected with, that we can rely on, that we can ask for support. So we are having an activation in this confidence energy. And I did do a astro weather report for June. I talked about this ingress. So you can check that out for a deeper breakdown. But with this energy, we are also having a shift in our relationship with ease, with play. So we're wanting to express, we're wanting to be able to relax more, but we at the same time are getting the messaging to make sure we're not like goofing off, if you will. But I think we have enough pressure and things happening that probably won't be the first thing that people do. But if you're feeling any sort of a, not laziness, but like, I'm kind of starting to get fatigued and tired, it could be related to that Venus ingress. And shortly after that, so this is all in the morning Eastern time, we also have the moon changing signs going into Gemini. Gemini ruled by Mercury, the same as Virgo. We're still very much in the communication space. If the moon is being ruled by Mercury, Mercury the day before is preparing to station retrograde, screening, checking, reviewing things for ourselves, what's our internal narrative. So there's a lot of internal business happening here, and then communication with others. So yeah, this is also very tightly connected as well. Full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. So yeah, the whole weekend is Virgo. So yeah, this is going to be fun to analyze. I'll just say that. So just focusing on this, take inspired action. We at this point are making moves. We are adjusting a lot, adjusting. And the take inspired action piece is coming through as a reminder. Make sure not to forget some of that Leo energy earlier, the Venus into Leo ingress, like not forget to feel inspired, to find the fun, find the joy, find the creativity, the connection in a positive, not overwhelming way through everything that you are accomplishing. Very late, so check your time zone. It's around 11 p.m. Eastern time, so for you, this might fall on Monday morning early. It is the new moon in Gemini. This is at 24 degrees. And yeah, we are staying in this whole weekend. Like all this energy is Gemini, Virgo, it's Mercury ruled, it's the Mercury retrograde, pre-shadow is happening. So it's a lot of mental activation happening throughout the week. And is there any other guidance? I also do think this is interesting. I'm just saying this now. It's the new moon, but we have a full moon symbol. So we have a best of both worlds situation that we are thinking about our beginnings and we're thinking about our endings. And part of the reason we're doing that is because we have the Mercury transit that is happening, the preparing to station retrograde. So we're already starting to set ourselves up for repeating this later. Like that's what happens whenever we have a retrograde. It's going over these certain degrees. The work that we're doing now, but really starting on the 12th. So from that point, those degree points, those days, those efforts, that's what's going to get revisited in the retrograde and then revisited for a third time when we have the post shadow. So anything from the beginning of the week, the work week, you can say more simply, fine. But anything after that is kind of in the risk zone for this might need to get fixed later, or this might come up again that you're going to have to reframe, edit, modify, recommunicate to somebody. For our card themes, we have one new moon, two first quarter moons, two full moons, one last quarter. That means there's a lot of reflection going on with those quarter cards. And specifically, it's concentrated mostly at the beginning of the week, but we do have that last quarter moon in Virgo happening on that pivoting point. We're officially in the pre-shadow. We also have the Venus ingress, lots of things that are changing. And some of the things that we do want to reflect on are related to our connections, our confidence, our relationship with play, our expression, what's coming up about what we can do or what we maybe are having trouble doing. So we have this narrative internal dialogue happening throughout the week. And element wise, because I don't want to skip over that piece, we have 2 water signs, 1 fire, 1 air, and then closing out with 2 earth. Then we also have 3 mutable signs and 1 fixed sign anchoring us dead center in the middle of the week. Thursday and Friday are the days where we have those complementary elements, the fire and air. And these ones are capturing a bit of that shift. This is preparing as we are having our astrological turn, and we are like remembering who we are, remembering what we have, remembering our confidence, remembering our support system. So that is coming after the initial reflection and actions of the first several days. And then after that point, okay, great. Now that we have a little bit of an understanding of what's going on and what we can do and how things are, the variables have changed. The astrology, the weather has changed. So we need to focus on attending to the details and then making sure that we don't lose sight of inspiration and the why. Like, why are we doing some of this? We are moving parts. We are collaborating with people. We have moments where we need to check in with ourselves, maybe take a quick time out, go away for a few minutes and make sure that we're good, that we're confident, we remember who we are, what we know, our access to resources, our community, the people that we can connect with, that we can ask for support, the people that are on our team to help us get done whatever we're getting done throughout this week and in the many weeks and months going forward, in part because we have the beginning of that retrograde chapter. So all of these communications starting on the weekend, on Friday, late Friday, or really Saturday, depending on your time zone, those are the conversations, the document revisions, technology, transportation, bookings, anything in the Mercurian department. Those are all eligible to be reviewed and revised over the next month. It's not all about just the hard work and getting everything done. Some of it has to be about the joy of being in the present, but being in connection and collaboration with other people. We're not doing all of this by ourselves. We are doing it in community with insight, with intuitive wisdom, with our own conviction and authority, because we are capable and we can do this. If you are interested in attending my upcoming classes, I am providing mini natal chart readings on Insight Timer on June 10th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm offering mini psychic readings on June 15th, right after this week ends, at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll put the links for both of those in the description of this video. And don't forget about my month ahead forecasts. I have the audio, which is recorded on an Insight Timer, embedded with a transcript on my blog, as well as the astro weather reports. I have 3 of them. The first one is on Chiron and Mercury. The second is on Venus and Jupiter. And the third is on the lunation. The new moon is happening this week, so make sure to check that one out.